career mode or season mode, so to speak. We're in Austria. We've put the AI difficulty up to 60%, and we'll be doing a 50% race. If nobody's watched any of my season mode, career mode videos, they'll know I do a one-shot qualifying and then normally a 25% race. But with this being a live stream and being very familiar with Austria, I'm doing a 50% race with 60% AI. What I'll do is I'll just wait a couple of seconds just before I get into qualifying. It's a one-shot qualifying for me. It's not a one-shot qualifying session, so obviously cars will be going out, but I will only get the one shot at it. I'm not allowed to mess with the setup either. The only thing I can do is change the pit strategy and the amount of fuel I have in for the race. Depending on how well the season goes overall, I may change that for next season, but also with me being able to make changes to the setup, I will be putting the AI difficulty up because otherwise it's a little bit too easy. Yep, so I think that's telling us to get to the track. I don't seem to have anybody watching at the moment, which is fine. I'll just carry on as normal and just play the game. Let's just have some fun. We're going to do a flying lap, so let the AI get us round, and we'll just start straight away from there. Away we go in max, hoping to get a reasonably good qualifying lap in here. Looking realistically, top 15 would be nice, top 10 would be amazing. But I do think I'm going to have pace in the race. So all I can do here is just put a lap in. Then obviously this will be my only lap, so I can't get a banker in. I should have really got called there. That was a bad corner. Oh, that was a little bit of corner cutting, but I've not been called on it. Not sure what I'm going to do for strategy for the race. I might try and go long on the slower tyre to begin with, and hopefully the pace will come to me at the end of the race. I am just coming off having a concussion, so I apologise if I do zone out a little bit. It's the first proper live video I've done since then, and maybe F1 wasn't the best one to start it with. Well, there's our lap. We go top. So what we'll do is just drive around now, and let's just pit, and that'll be us done for the session. I have been retiring on track, and I think that does mess up the AI, so that's what we'll do, is we'll pit at the end of this lap, and then we'll go from there, because obviously we are making sure this is slow. We're not going to beat 109. 109.44. I was hoping for 1.8 something really, but there we go. Obviously, I've done the track in the McLaren, and I've been a lot quicker in the Mercedes, so to speak. But I've done it in the Williams, and it is a bit harder. Okay, we're going to pit in here. There we go. If I do maybe a bit of a toe there. As we go in, there we are, we're in. What we'll do is we'll retire here and then get straight into the race. Or we could just skip the time forward. I think that's what we'll do. There we go. That is the end of our one and only qualifying lap. Interesting to see where our teammate puts it. We do have a reasonably good powertrain. And we are quite early up, but obviously we've not got many mods on it at the moment. There we are. Let's go to session info. We are fastest by not a lot. Okay, let's accelerate time. Still pole position. I'll be surprised if someone doesn't get in there ahead of us. There we go. No. People are quicker. Looks like we've put it on pole. And we have. We put it on pole position. So our teammate Lance Stroll placed it 18th. So there we go. Let's carry on forward. Happy with the pole position. I thought with 60% AI it would have been a little bit more difficult to get it on pole. I was very much expecting to race from mid-pack here. But starts have not been our forte so far in this season mode, so we will lose positions most of it off the start. I'm trying to make sure I don't get any wing damage at the start of the race as well. And we've made Pierre Gasly as our first real rivalry. I know it's a very low rivalry because we are winning races, so it just goes to show that the AI does actually need to go up next season. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get straight into the race now. 50% race. I don't feel like there's going to be a problem of winning the race. It's more, will my concentration be able to do a full, well, a 50% race here, and that's what really we're going to have to test. We'll get straight into it. Here we go. So we're saying 2 lots. Put a little bit more fuel in. Let's mess around with this a little bit. Maybe change that to super soft. I'm just trying to think of the way we drive. Is there a way of us getting us? I think that's what we're going to go with actually. Yeah. There we are. 2 stopping. It's 36 laps. So let's get into the race now. And away we go. Into down already into 5th, but we'll just go from here. Obviously, I feel like we could have underbraked them into that corner, but no. We can easily salvage this. We are very quick, well, quicker than a 60% AI around this track, and we know we are. So it's really about my concentration. I feel like certain sections here we are going to be rapidly quick compared to the AI. And not use too much fuel, my excess fuel up. The race will come back to us, we know it will. I think by the time DRS hits, we need to start to get away from people. Looks like there's been a bit of an accident behind us. Obviously, on the next lap, DRS will be available here, so I think we can get Raikkonen maybe on the next lap. We are having to slow down quite a bit in this section compared to the AI, because the AI is going a lot slower than we want them to. But trying to be patient. A good exit out of there, but pulled back again just because this braking zone. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. Let's fix that front wing. Put on the soft tyre. Let's go long. We've been hit. That was 100% our fault, but there we go. Head into the pits. We'll get the soft tyres on. New front wing. We'll fight this race from the back. And hopefully by the round of pit stops, we can see where we come out. There we go. We're set into a rhythm here, not use too much fuel. Obviously when we can, do some fuel saving. Obviously there's always a chance of a safety car. If a safety car does come out, we're on our soft tyres, so I don't know if these softs will last to the end, but all we can do is just go for it. It's a 7-second gap. We'll see where this brings us out at the end of the next lap. Hopefully we are catching. Someone's in the pits. 15.2 seconds, that is obviously doable. We can catch them. At 15.2 seconds is definitely not what I see here, but there we go. Obviously my face is over where we are second to last. I see the car behind us has obviously come on the softs as well. Maybe should have moved my face here, but there we go. I think we're on to the fastest lap here on our soft tyres. The pace is there. even on the softs. It's a nice bit of free running here will be nice as well. Get some laps under our belt. Breaking away from the person behind us. I think it's around lap 10 everybody else will start to pit, so we'll filter back in with those people. Well, they will be on new super softs. I think if I can go long enough here and go on to the ultras for the last section. And away we go. Will anybody pit here? That's the question. Move it down into lean. I think a lot of cars would not have been able to pit there. I feel like the cars would have come out a bit further ahead, but obviously you can see people in front of us. Are we going to be racing them?
The safety car is waiting for the leader. You may overtake it. Overtake the safety car.
Now regretting already putting on the softs. Maybe I should have pitted down, put some super softs on, but I was gonna go with this. We're no longer. Again, we can see, maybe see who it is. We've parked it. And there's some cars come out just in front of us. I'm hoping that's the only safety car of the race. This is nice for us, building some fuel. Plenty of time to get back to the lead of this race. I'm interested to see what the AI has done here, because their pit stop is most probably coming in now. We are hitting the back of the safety car line now. We're in 16th place in this race. Not sure what's going on in front of us. There he left off. So Hartley's not come in and changed his tyres. So that's one more place gained. Wish there was a button here you could press which would be bye safety car. It just runs the safety car for you. If anybody has watched any of my season mode videos, knows that as soon as the safety car comes out, disaster strikes. Oh, gaining plenty of fuel back here.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Okay, safety car in this lap. Plenty of this race to go. That's a quarter of the way through. I don't see anybody going off now into the pits. I think Perez has jumped us there. I know I was slow off the blocks, but I think Perez has jumped us there. But no. Okay. Looks like we're going from here. See a lot going on in front of us. A bit going on behind. There we go. Someone's parked it on that corner.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Don't know why that was a great pass. Hulkenberg's been disqualified. I don't know if any cars are going to come in this lap. Looks like a no.
We're trailing our teammate by 3.4 seconds.
Hopefully we'll get some DRS soon and we can start fighting back. I think some of the people in front of us do have to pit. We've got plenty of fuel to fight with here.
Okay, clear.
That does look like a position we may be able to get a takeover done at the moment. Almost just relaxing in, back into the race. The speed's there, especially against Perez and Hartley. See what we can do.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Hartley's the only person that's not got DRS here. I'm gonna have to brake, get these two places done. There we go, rocket into Rich. That's two places done. Use a bit of our fuel to defend if we need to. And we're into 13th place. I think I'll get DRS again. This time on Verdum. Or Van Dorn, sorry. Raikkonen and Gasly fighting up front of that. I think no one's pitting here. I think Van Dorn is going to have DRS.
MFD for a new strategy option.
What's it going to tell us?
Okay, copy that.
There we go, get around this corner. Use a bit of power to defend. Okay, again around this corner. Gonna come in at lap 18, at least half the race on the super softs then. Not sure. We'll get brake checked here, so let's back it up a little bit. There we go. The wing again.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Here we go. Still not giving up on winning this race just yet. Not sure when the AI is going to come in and pit. We are coming in. Lap 18. A couple of people are pitting now. There we go, there's two. Let's keep it up in Rich. So we got a little bit of power to defend with. How's the gap? Hopefully now with some clear air. Let's pull away a little bit. Not having to slow around certain corners. At least for this lap and the rest of this lap. Big gap in front, 4.5 seconds. We need to add another 10 seconds because we're going to have to change our wing again. So we've got to put pressure on here with some times. Good times. Ocon is stopping. So we're going to grab a few more positions here.
You'll be on the super softs. We're leading our teammate by 1.8 seconds.
1.8 seconds behind, ahead of our teammate. So let's see if we can build that gap up to 10. I don't think we're going to in these next couple of laps, but 1.2 seconds. So obviously they will have to pit again anyway, so I think we're just going to have to play the long game on the super softs. Hopefully those super softs will go to the end. I think we might have just to make them last to the end. The wing damage doesn't feel so bad at the moment. And we are breaking away quite quickly. We are catching quite quickly now. Hans is in the pits. Keep it in standard. And see what the gap is now behind us. I feel like we're going to come out right behind that train. Oh, I think I'm going to stay out for a bit longer. See if we can build a gap up enough so I don't come out behind that train. Because it's going to want me in next lap. If I can last the lap 20 maybe. I can feel the tyres there. I have Leclerc here. I'm in second place in this race.
Box. We're coming in this lap.
There we go. You know what? Let's just come in, get that new front wing on, and just try and race. I'm gonna be on a good, okay tyre. We have got the pace on this track, and I think with a decent wing, we're still going to be a force in this race. Yeah, because you can see the tyres are going now. Obviously, we did have to take that first corner badly. Let's go in. I was going to stay out to build a gap, but let's get some fresh tyres on. Let's get that wing changed. Second wing change of the race. Halfway through.
Complete. Go now.
Okay, everything seems okay there.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
No more scheduled pit stops, so let's go. We're not in dead last, which is nice. Plenty of cars to overtake. DRS, plenty of fuel. Let's just do this.
You're managing it well.
Again, we should have really moved our face maybe down into the corner, left corner, so we can see where we are in this race, but as soon as we start to catch up to people, we'll see where we are. See, all our pit stops are done, so we are on, let's say 25% race. Wherever we are, can we catch them? Can we catch and still win this race? Points would be great, podium would be amazing, a win. I feel like I can do it. Well, am I too far behind? There's another position for the pits.
Gap to teammate behind is 6.4 seconds. Gap to car in front is 0.7 seconds.
Okay, so we're 14th place.
0 seconds.
I think there we'll have to do one more pit stop. A pit stop will mostly get us at least 3 or 4 more places. So we're in the points, I reckon, realistically. Need to almost let Alonso get a little bit further ahead, because he's braking terribly late early.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
A great corner. We are. That's a great overtake. I enjoyed that one. Ocon now. I'll break Ocon here. Get our elbows out. One ride. Collision with Ocon, yeah, that was me. Oh, we go around this corner. I was poor. I didn't like. I should really give the position back. If they actually said to give it back. Okay. Hopefully this lap we can get a really good fastest lap in. Let's get under 112 if we can. Our tyres are going to be good for a couple more laps. So catching up to Grosjean, Raikkonen. They're going to brake very early here. I'm going to have to slow down. Play the game here. Sleep it steady. We are quicker. Not sure where they are on pit stops. Let's keep it in Rich. That's 3 people in one corner. So we can break away now. Everybody else is on the soft tyre. They may actually be trying to go to the end here. That safety car sort of messed up everybody's race. And they've all gone onto the soft tyre. We've run the soft already, so we've got this super soft to the end of the race. So I need to be better at managing my tyres. No one else is in the pits. We're chasing down Verstappen now. So plenty of fuel to play with. Plenty of race to play with as well. As we move into 5th position. So can we chase the leaders down in 12 laps? Okay, we will have Verstappen next lap. Plenty of fuel, DRS, and he's got no DRS to play with. This is where I'm having to slow down dramatically because the AI is slow. Even at 60%. And here we come. I'll break him. Use rich revs to get away. And then we got more people to chase. See the Ferrari in front of us.
Bottas is leading the
Okay, Bottas is leading.
Okay, gap ahead is 4.4 seconds.
Okay, 4.4 seconds. I think that'll be about 4 laps or so. Get that caught up with. This is the first 50% race I've done in a very long time, especially coming off a concussion as well. It's actually a bit more fun than the 25% races. Test your eyes a bit more, test your brain power to keep concentration. I'm hoping my commentary is clear. Obviously, I know I go quiet when I'm battling or trying to do some difficult, or well, not difficult overtaking, but overtaking. And it's only cost me 2 wings so far. Obviously, I'll try and reply to comments after I've finished the race. Away we go. And away we go. There we go. There's that fastest lap we were looking for. We're definitely under 112 now. Let's see, there is another comment up there now. Let's see, I'm just working here at the moment with a PS4 camera and a PS4, so obviously replying to messages is hard when you're playing live. Obviously, I'm open for constructive criticism. Okay, so let me see if it's yes. I'm open to constructive criticism. I've had some really horrible comments on my channel in the recent days, taking a mickey out the way I speak, a little bit of a stutter I have, and anything like that will be reported and removed. There's no need to harass and bully people for doing stuff online. But if it's constructive criticism, more than happy to hear it, because I want to make these videos a little bit more interactive and I learn from them as well. And for anybody who's wondering what settings I use, I don't have brake assist on. I do have it as an automatic, so I'm not changing the gears. I think as I play the game a bit more, I will try and change that over to manual gears and stuff like that. But at the moment it is automatic. But I haven't got brake assist on. I'm hoping you guys don't hear the vibrations too much of the table lever. Here we go. And we kept it in rich. So we're gonna have to do some fuel saving. 7 laps to go. I should have really been paying attention to what engine settings I'm on. Or fuel mix settings I'm on, sorry. 5 seconds. I don't think that's going to be 7 laps. Yeah, I think we can do that. So away we go. Obviously, we'll save a bit of fuel there, so we've got a little bit to burn here on standard revs. We'll knock it down to lean for that next section, but this bit, let's stay in. There we go. Stay in standard. Back down to lean. We need to get a little bit more fuel back. And for anybody who's watching this is wondering, this is actually F1 2018. I am a budget gaming channel, so I play what I can get hold of for cheap. Seen a few people play 2025. I like the look of the My Team mode, made it a bit more in depth, and you get the chance to drive with both drivers as well. You're not an owner driver in this one, you get to choose 2 drivers. Okay, we need to... Oh, we've been spun! Let's get back onto the track. Collision with Vettel. Personally, I think that was Vettel. But most probably me. I'm just going to stick it, keep it in standard if I can.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps of fuel remaining, 5 laps, that's great.
Our gap to the car in front is 11.7 seconds.
11.7 seconds in 5 laps. That's not going to be possible, I don't think. We didn't get spun. Yes. I think it's been unusual. I've moved to a PC screen rather than a normal TV, so also trying to get used to the smaller screen. On some games it's better. On others I do prefer the bigger TV, but for F1 so far it's not been too bad.
Okay, we're definitely seeing some signs of abrasion on your tyres now. They should still be good tomorrow, but they won't be at their best.
Yeah, definitely not at the best, but I think we're comfortable in this position anyway. Gap is coming down, but I don't think we've got the speed to catch. Unless they squabble up front and something happens. Racing them down now. Last few laps. Let's try and keep the concentration up.
The gap to the car ahead is 9.7 seconds.
No, we're definitely not catching the person in front. We are catching them, but we're not going to catch them before the end of the race. So, let's just keep the car on the track.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
3 laps of fuel. 2 wing changes has killed us here. Both my fault, most probably. I actually feel like since I've been playing Austria, I've got that corner a lot better. I used to be awful at it, as in overrunning all the time. But not now. .3. It's only about half a second a lap and quicker. 2 laps to go. They are on the softs, so they can run a bit longer. Oh, my tyres are very bad. I think that's what we'll have to work on our cars, tyre wear, and obviously driver skill. And next Friday we'll head to the British Grand Prix. Track I'm not great at. Oh, I don't think I've been great at any of the tracks. I think the low AI has really helped, but it's not a track I feel confident on. Well, I do feel confident around Austria. As we now enter the final lap.
This is your final lap of the race.
Wonder if Bottas will pick up the victory here. See, we don't know what's going on in front because my fat head's in the way.
8.7 seconds.
We're definitely broken away from whoever's behind us.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Yeah. Let's bring this one home. I think it's 60% the chance of the tyres to pop in. Bottas brings it home. See if we can get a cheeky fastest lap at the end here. And we do. Only by a couple of hundreds of seconds. That's a podium positions, 3rd place. Obviously we did stand the chance of winning that race if I didn't make some stupid mistakes. Mercedes has won, congratulations to Bottas. And that is the screen picture behind me. There we go. Can't really complain about 3rd place. Pole position there. Pole position for the weekend. Fastest lap. And a podium. Congratulations to Bottas. But that does keep our streak alive of actually finishing a race, which is great. See, we're 8th place. So it really was close between Hamilton and Bottas. And that will be the end of the live stream. I'm going to finish it here. Thank you everybody for watching, and obviously I'll try and reply to your comments when I get back onto my phone.